Imagine for a moment that the king of pop, Michael Jackson, wishes to buy your skeleton for $500,000. Seems impossible, but such is the case with the skeleton of Joseph Merrick, also known as the Elephant Man. Merrick's name would become synonymous with the sideshows of the Victorian era. Shunned as a child and treated as a creature of curiosity, Merrick is unusual not only in the maladies he suffered, but also his ability to maintain his humanity throughout his tortured life. Merrick's skeleton has been extensively studied, with scientists believing that he suffered from a combination of two very rare syndromes, Proteus syndrome and neurofibromatosis 1. The symptoms Merrick exhibited began at the age of 9 months. They include graying, lumpy skin, bony and fleshy tumors. At one point, his head measured a circumference of 3 feet, and his right wrist was 12 inches wide. Merrick did not always have this appearance, however. He was born a seemingly healthy baby boy. At the age of 10, he would experience what he called his greatest sorrow with the death of his mother. Within a year, his father had remarried, and his stepmother, not being able to stand the sight of him, kicked him out of the house at age 12. He worked several jobs to try to make a living at his young age, one being in a cigar factory, until his hand became too deformed to perform the work. He also tried to sell goods door to door, but his facial tumors inhibited his speech to the point that he was incomprehensible. By age 17, he ended up in the workhouses of London. Unwilling to accept this fate, he contacted a local variety show and began his career as a professional freak. Being billed as the terrible elephant man turning into an elephant, he made a lucrative living, up to 50 pounds a week, which was an exorbitant sum at the time. Unable to continue this due to the feelings in London of moral outrage and disinterest in sideshows, he went to the continent to try to continue to earn a living. An unscrupulous promoter robbed him of his life savings and left him with nothing but a few pounds to his name. He managed to buy a train ticket to London to make it home, and disembarking the train at London Station, he was wearing a mask, a cloak, and a cane to assist him in walking due to a hip injury. He was mobbed shortly thereafter by an unrelenting crowd. Found by a policeman cowering in a corner with a withered, yellowed business card in his hand. The name on the card was Dr. Frederick Trevase. Trevase had given Merrick this card years before when he was on display across from London Hospital. Trevase took Merrick in and took up a donation throughout all of London, including money from the Princess of Wales, put Merrick up into an apartment in London Hospital, and became his friend for the rest of his days. While in London Hospital, Merrick enjoyed the freedom to come and go. He enjoyed writing poetry, correspondence, and crafts. This is an example of one of the crafts that he created. But at the age of 27, Merrick died in his sleep due to a severed spinal cord. It's believed that it was caused from his head being too heavy for his body. Currently on display at the London Hospital is Merrick's skeleton, for the reason that his disease was so rare that it's still of interest today. But I don't believe that's what makes Merrick so unusual. Joseph Merrick serves as a reminder of the human spirit, and his uniqueness actually stems from his enduring faith in people. Despite living a life of rejection, ridicule, and loneliness, he maintained kindness to others, and that, above all else, is what makes Joseph Merrick most unique.